Folks, welcome back to Our Mountains. Now there is a lot of great things happening in our region right now, and one of them is the CEDIK program. And right now we have the director of CEDIK joining us, Dr. Alison Davis. Alison, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Joel.
Now for the viewers at home, what is CEDIK?
Well, CEDIK stands for the Community and Economic Development Initiative of Kentucky. We are housed inside the College of Ag at University of Kentucky, and we are an integrated engagement and research center where most of our folks are spread all over the state with a lot of emphasis in Eastern Kentucky. And our mission is to empower communities and have thriving economies.
So what are the things that you're doing here in East Kentucky?
We've got a lot of great things going on. Right now, we're working, our biggest project is our downtown revitalization program in the Promise Zone. So we're working with approximately 12 downtown communities, including Hyden, to try to figure out a comprehensive approach to making our downtowns more livable, more viable, more exciting, and of course, have more economic activity. So that's one great program. It includes lots of different pieces associated with it. One of our standalone pieces is called our First Impressions program. And this is a really fun, easy program. It's a secret shopper program for our community. So we send in some volunteers depending on what the community is looking for. So if you're looking for retirees, looking to attract retirees, or you're looking to attract young professionals, we send in those folks. No one knows that they're coming in, and they shop the community. Anything from their first impression when they go off the interstate, to going to a restaurant, to staying at some type of hotel or motel, and they spend the day shopping. And they come back and they give their first impressions, they take pictures, they have some great quotes, but it allows the community to better understand an outside perspective of what people see when they come into their community.
What have you seen with those so far?
Oh, it's been so much fun. We see that the community really rallies around this. And so we provide maybe a series of 5 to 10 recommendations based on what these folks have said. And the community, after, we'll do sort of a town hall forum. And then the folks who participate, in some instances we've had up to 150 people show up. So we just try to find some easy wins so that people feel that this process is worthwhile and that they're willing to devote a little bit more energy to sort of the longer term strategies.
I know you guys do a lot of programs with students too.
Yes. So we have a program, it's called YELP. It's our Youth Engagement and Leadership Program. So we've done this in a fair amount of communities in the eastern part of the state. And the idea is that these youth have, they are our future. And we really want them to be a part of the decision-making process. We want them to understand what opportunities their communities hold for them. So if they do choose to go off to school somewhere, that they know that they can come home and have something, have a job that provides them a living wage. But we want them to be the future leaders of these communities. And they've, through this process, we send them to Frankfurt where they talk with their legislators. We send them to arts experiences. We have them do sort of a downtown assessment so that they can say, here's what we want when we're a little bit older. So they basically just have a voice, and it's something that a lot of them haven't had before. And they didn't know how to express their voice, and now we feel like we give them the tools to do that.
Well, another project that I know you guys are really motivated in is business retention. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Sure. So some of the large cities have economic development professionals that are specifically dedicated to working with those existing businesses and making sure they have the resources that they need to survive and to continue to grow. Rural communities don't necessarily have those same resources, and so we provide a program. It's called a Business Retention and Expansion Program, and it is basically interviewing the local businesses and trying to ensure that they have the resources that they need, that they aren't faced with any obstacles that would limit their success, that would force them to shut down their doors. In some instances, we can quickly find red flags. So there may be some businesses that are right on the brink of closing. And so by quickly identifying those, we can link those businesses with elected officials, with the chamber, to try to figure out what we can do to ensure that they keep their doors open. It is a volunteer-led program, and so we train our volunteers mostly from the chamber to go in and talk to our businesses. And really, it makes the businesses feel like they're appreciated, that they're valued, and that they're part of the local economy.
And Alison, I know another big part of what you guys do is related to the arts. We're a big supporter of the arts here on our mountains. So what is it you guys do?
Well, we are the only university in the country that houses a fine arts extension program. Eastern Kentucky has 3 arts agents. One is in Pikeville, one is in Greenup County, and one is in Whitley County. And so we were able to attract one of the best arts agents from Whitley County to serve as our statewide creative placemaking extension specialist. And her job is to really help communities figure out how they can infuse arts in community projects, and how, with the potential loss in funding in arts in the schools and for communities, how we can ensure that this really important part of learning and expression continues to remain in our communities. So she will do, she and others will do things related to theater, to visual arts. They'll do classes, they'll do performances, they'll do music for folks of all ages. So from kids to seniors, to just try to make sure that doesn't leave our system, because it's so important for learning and for keeping our mind moving.
I love that. And you were telling me earlier there's another program that you guys are working on. Not the community development, but it's
community design.
Community design. Tell me about that.
So this is a really important piece of all the work that we do, and that's creating communities that are walkable, that are healthy, that are beautiful, that integrate the important institutions in our communities with public spaces, with our downtowns where people work, where people play. And so we are fortunate to have 2 folks who are dedicated to engagement around community design. They're both landscape architects, and their job is to create these downtowns, these public spaces that we think about, how can we be social, how can we be safe, how can we have vibrant economies. And so it's whether it's figuring out how folks walk up and down the downtown safely without cars going flying through, which creates unsafe spaces. Whether it's about how you integrate your downtown with a public park right across the street. So very thoughtful about how you create your space.
So what do you see as CEDIK's future plans? Where's CEDIK going?
Well, we continue to grow. We love to work in Eastern Kentucky. We are a statewide program, so we really go wherever we're asked to go. We really enjoy, we love working in these downtowns. This has been an exciting new initiative. It was something that actually spearheaded from the Promise Zone strategic plan, and we've got some wonderful partners with the Foundation of Appalachian Kentucky and the Kentucky Heritage Council who can really make this work. And so we want to do our job really, really well in the first year around this downtown revitalization program, so that we might take it to communities outside the Promise Zone.
So if folks at home are interested in the work that you guys are doing, or maybe want to get involved, how can they get some more information?
Well, we have a really great Facebook page, and so you'd have to go to CEDIK, CEDIK. We also have a website that's cedik.ca.uky.edu. If you Google CEDIK, there are not many others of those around, so we usually show up as the first result, but we'd love to chat with anybody.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today. And folks, there's more from Our Mountains coming up right after this. Our Mountains is sponsored by Frontier Nursing University, educating nurse midwives and nurse practitioners through distance education. The Kentucky Bankers Association, your association, our Commonwealth. The Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky, a community foundation helping donors make meaningful investments in Eastern Kentucky. Learn more at appalachiankentucky.org. Hazard Community and Technical College. Find them online at hazard.kctcs.edu.
And a gift from Mr. and Mrs. Sunshine.